Yo, what's up everyone? I'm really excited about my new hat. It's Hello Kitty and Death riding a scooter together. But yeah, so meeting's done. Back inside again, so I can take off my jacket. Woof! I'm gonna need a shower before I go back out tonight. What was my brain doing? Brain thing. Interesting. I'm not seeing the picture show up. Let's check and see if the picture's coming through. Yeah, okay, it looks like it is. It's just the Restream dashboard is broken. That's fine, that happens. Okay. Ooh, also, maybe a little bit of excessive light in the back. Let's... Oh. See if this helps at all. Still a little bright. What about now? Okay, still fairly bright, but that's okay. Cool. Let's get down to business. So we're going to continue from where we left off. We got sort of two options for what we could do. We could work on another SQL rule, which is my preferred plan, or we could clean up the SQL rule that we wrote. But I think for now, what I want to start with is increasing coverage, and we'll sort of go from there. Once we've got good coverage, we can start making the rules prettier. But for now, I kind of just want to focus on functionality, and that's because I really want to get these migrations started sooner rather than later. And I think if I can show folks that we've got migration tooling for them, it'll hopefully help them a little bit. You know, even if it's not perfect, things that are functional are good. Okay, so this does not work. That's something that I'll come back to, because we're going to have to fix that in upstream SQLFluff. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's go ahead and add that to the SQLFluff issues, and maybe that might be the first issue that I address upstream for SQLFluff. Let's go ahead. Spark set. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Enhancement. Support Spark SQL set DB properties. Spark SQL has a currently SQLFluff cannot pass. Is that true? Oh, wait, no. It does have to have alter database first. Let's take a look. Okay. Let's see here. Do I have... okay. Hive, Hive, thrift server. Okay, we'll get back to that. It's possible it is supported, in which case and I just had the syntax wrong for my test. So we'll just compile Spark really quickly. You can see it's been a while since I compiled Spark on this particular computer. That's what happens. Mostly been working on my work laptop, but getting back into streaming, which I do for my desktop, so I don't accidentally stream any work stuff. Any like work confidential stuff, like Spark is still what I do for my day job, so yeah. Oof. It's gonna take a hot minute. That's okay. Drink some coffee. And so, after my lunch meeting, I dyed some boots, which are currently drying downstairs. So after we get this done, I'll probably go and work on my boots a little bit more. Oh, oof. Oh, I should keep a. Oh, maybe. Maybe it has to have the use database, and this is assuming that it's taking a full SQL query, and so any use is already would need to be specified beforehand with a semicolon. Okay, we'll see. We'll give it. We'll compile Spark, then we'll test out the syntax here, and then we'll see if it's a SQLFluff error or not error, if it's a SQLFluff area for improvement, or if it's something that I screwed up when I was writing my test case. And honestly, probably something I screwed up when I was writing my test case. Because as I previously mentioned, I don't do a whole lot of Spark SQL. So mostly I work sort of at the lower layer in Spark. So my Spark SQL is a little bit fuzzy. Okay, set. Spark SQL set DB properties. Okay. Heck yeah. Okay. Alter table, alter database, alter DB, meaning of life, location, storage, earth, /42. Okay. Let's go ahead and run. Cool. And so this is actually parsable. Okay, so this is not a SQLFluff issue. That's great. So we will not report that. Instead, we will go back over here and so we are called with Okay, so property. Okay. Okay. Strip. Great. Okay, so here's the deal though. We can only fix it during a create statement. So yeah, okay. Okay. Else. Okay. Reserved property found. Let's check and see if we are in a create. Oh, hello, AK. Or if we are in, which we can fix, or if we are in alter. Not fix. Okay. So cool. Okay. How do I focus on coding while I walk? Well, that's a good question. And I don't know. It's just something with, like, I guess practice. Do it a lot. And if I'm doing something really complicated, I can't. Okay. Okay, so file segment, statement segment, alter database statement segment. So and that's at the -2 location. Yeah, okay. Create or alter segment equals context of parent stack -2. If create or alter segment what is it? First, last, get, apply, select, iterate segments, raw segment. check the segment types. I don't remember. Oh, this is the functional segment. Anyways, okay. Have I had a... Yeah, I've definitely had stressful days at work. I've had stressful days at work to the point that, like, I just find anything hard, and I just don't do anything. Like I just... come home. I don't even, like, I find making coffee hard. Those days are not what I would call great, but they, you know, they definitely happen. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, is type. Yeah. That's a really good question. I like taking baths. If I've got the energy still, I read. I tend to read Terry Pratchett when I'm having a rough time because I know most of the stories in a way, and like I find them comforting and familiar. Yeah, you know, that's it. Yeah, listening to podcasts is great too. Yeah, I've got some audiobooks too that I really like. Oh, yeah, okay. Alter database statement, or thank you. That's very sweet. I like what I do most of the time. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now what are we gonna do? We're gonna return. Okay. Reserve table property. Property name. And then, yeah. I mean, I gotta do this work regardless, right? Like, so I might as well share it. I really like teaching. That's why I write books and stuff. I don't think I got much of a life philosophy, mind you. But So here we go. Reserve table DB property found in alter. I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of finding ways to help people, but like I don't know. For me, I just like you know, find things that I think might help people that I also enjoy a little bit, because then I'm more likely to do it. And even if it's not like optimal, that's okay. So like I care a lot about motorcycle safety and trans issues, and so like I try and find ways to help with those things, but I don't, you know, always necessarily do them in the most effective ways, but you know, things I try. I'm gonna double check the wording here in the migration guide. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I mean, sure, I wake up in the morning. Oh, okay, as a senior dev, that's different. Yeah, the life part is not really related to being a senior dev. But wake up in the morning, wife and dog, normally we all get together and we spend family time in my bed for a little bit. I really like it. I try and take that time to check in on my schedule so I know what the day ahead holds. And that's it's not as easy as it used to be because my schedule tends to change more throughout the day than I would like, which gives me some anxiety because I don't super love last minute changes. But you know, that's life. On some good days, like today, I get to spend a lot of time writing code. I mean, this is admittedly like migration code, so like a lot of people wouldn't consider this the most fun code, but I think this is probably what we need, because I want to get people on more modern versions of Spark so that we don't have to maintain old versions of Spark as much. And so that's why, even though this isn't like the cool part, right? Like it's not like adding new features to Spark, it's what I'm doing because it's what I think I can do to make other people more effective. And I think that's a lot of what being a senior-ish developer is finding ways to help other people be successful. And sometimes that's like with working on tools like this, and sometimes that's, you know, answering people's questions, mentoring, you know, all sorts of different things. Most days I have a lot of meetings where we talk about how we should do things, which is useful and important. Those bring me less joy, I would say. But found an alter statement for migration advice. In Spark 2.4, these alter statements were effectively ignored. So you can likely delete it. You can likely delete it, but Actually, yeah, so you can likely delete it. So what I'm going to do actually here, so you can likely delete it, automatically rewritten to legacy. And then actually what we're going to do is down here, nope, I did not want to search for that on DuckDuckGo. Key bindings are, I guess there was a time when I wanted that. Yeah, I also, I don't know, I got bored easily too, but I think part of how I deal with that is I have multiple projects that I'm doing always, but like some of them are really, really long term and I still come back to them, right? Like, I don't know. What was it? Like, I'm still finishing up code that I thought about writing 5 years ago. I like wrote design docs maybe 6 years ago, and you know, yeah. Oh, I was talking with some folks today about Rust, and it sounds really cool. Especially Rust for Arrow stuff. Sounds really, really interesting. And if I had more free time, that's probably something that I'd work on. But I fundamentally don't right now. Okay. But yeah, if you're interested in getting into both Rust and data engineering, maybe take a look at the Rust Arrow implementation. I haven't worked much with LLVM. Like I've glanced at it, but fundamentally, no, I haven't really done anything. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Handle alter database. Let's actually make alter table 2. Alter table. Table reserved. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have any online courses right now. It's something that I'd like to do again. The last time I did classroom style teaching. Oh, that was years ago. I meant to do some at Apple, but then the pandemic happened, and we just kind of stopped a lot of our stuff. Yeah, probably gonna work on another Spark book, and then also might make some training content. But I don't know. Oh yeah, that's something that I've been meaning to do. Because also I do want to like clean up my setup some at some point. Like my Emacs setup is a little janky. It's been a long time since I cleaned it up. But like yeah, maybe I'll do a stream on modernizing my setup. Yeah, handle alter for wizard properties rather than rewrite, since the old version rather than rewrite use location slash provider, since the old version had no impact. Had no impact in 2.4. Just rewrite to legacy underscore property name to maintain behavior, but in lint rule suggest that okay, Timbit is unhappy about something. I don't super know what. Cool. Did I learn just as many things as 5 years ago? Do I learn just as many things as 5 years ago? Probably not. I don't know. Although maybe. Actually, let's think about the things that I've learned this year. He's working because Charlie's getting ready to go for a walk. He wants to go say hi to Charlie. Well, Charlie is not allowed to go outside. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. 5 years ago. Where would I have been 5 years ago? Uh, 5 years ago, Google Dev Advocate. Yeah, actually, probably. I learned a whole bunch of random things when I was a Google Developer Advocate. Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I think for people who get bored easily, developer advocacy roles can be a really great sort of change of pace. You get to learn a whole bunch of different things normally, and things are always changing. Well, that's very sweet, AK. Okay. Let's go and see. Okay. Don't have to do anything about this. Don't have to do anything about this. Don't have to do anything about this. Okay. In Spark 3, char type is not allowed on non-hive Surdy tables. Create alter table commands will fail if char type is detected. Please use string type instead. In Spark 2.4 and below, char is treated as string type, and the length parameter is simply ignored. Okay. So I think what that means is what we want to do is we want to rewrite all of the char keywords to string keywords. And that sounds reasonable-ish. So that's going to be the next rule that we write. I want to take a little break. Because, yeah, I've had a lot of coffee, and mostly I finish all of my coffee. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make a new streaming theme. I think one of them is called Be Right Back. I don't remember which one. Okay, brb.mp4. So let's go ahead, add a new scene, brb. Still here. VLC video source, brb video, make source visible, loop playlist, yeah, add files, streaming themes, hcaro brb. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I will be right back. As this says, I'm gonna go make another pot of coffee and take a quick bio break. I'll see y'all in probably like about five-ish minutes. Thanks, y'all. Thanks anyone who hung out waiting. Oh, okay. Cool. So this one's important because we're trying to reduce our hive use, so let's make it happen, I guess. Restart the treadmill. I might have to power cycle it. Yeah, seems like it. Okay. Let's see if it'll connect. Great. Okay, so this is the one that we need to do next. So rule no chars. Spark 3 no longer supports char type in non-hive tables. In Spark 2.4, the char type was treated as a string type. Anyways, so we'll just rewrite the string types. Shoulders. Oh, still kind of hurt. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's see here. Okay, I think we'll get this rule written. And then I might go start dinner and have a shower because I am really sore. But it's probably gonna take us like an hour to write this rule would be my guess. So, let's get started. Okay. start SQL no chars. Create table with chars. Create table. Coffee shops. Check for chart types. Okay. We're going to expect this to fail, as before. Great. So, we're going to look for all instances of primitive type. This is going to be our crawler. Oh, God. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, okay. Type name segment is equal to functional context dot get child keyword. Or do we want all data types? No, I think we only care about primitive types. Yeah. Yeah. If type name char yeehaw. Functional context. Do we actually functional? Context.segment. primitive type get child of type keyword is giving me back a none. That's interesting. Okay. Starts with clearly right. Start with Python. It's, oh, okay, it's just not camel case. Starts with. Huh. Why is this being called twice? That's weird. Because we're looking for type primitive type, so it should only be called once, I think. I don't super get why we're being called twice. That's complicated. Okay. So what we're going to do okay. Chart type found for migration advice. Inspect 2.4 on non-type tables. These were treated as strings. Rewriting string. Okay, so the segment we're going to replace is just contacted segment. Raw. Oh, okay. Code segment. It's the create after. Let's see. Let's see if we can make a code segment here. There's probably a reason why I don't do this more often. I don't remember. Equal to. Oh. Okay. That was really fast. Okay. Replace char with string. Replace char types with string. And start okay. That was way faster than I was expecting, so I think we'll do a second rule because, yeah, that I was expecting that to be a lot harder. Oh, hello, Professor. Oh, hello. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Do you want to say hello to everyone? Or do you just want me to say hello to you? Do you just want me to say hello to you? Oh, who's my good buddy? Who's my good buddy? Who's my good buddy? Who's my good buddy? You don't normally come up here. Is everything okay, little bud? Is everything okay? Yeah. Yeah. Was Carolyn trying to make you, like, take a bath or something? You just wanted to check in? Okay. Take it. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's start the Oh. These are things where I could automate the migration. But I feel like it's not a great idea to automate the migration. Huh. Weird. Okay. So I'm not super sure how we want to handle these two situations. We'll circle back to them. Okay. In Spark 2, add months. In Spark 3, add months function does not adjust the resulting date to a last day of the month if the original date is the last day of what? Oh. Oh god. That's some oh god. That's some jank stuff. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. 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 Casting interval values to string type. There is no. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I guess what we could do, the interval literal syntax does not allow multiple from 2 units anymore. In Spark 3, the interval literal syntax does not allow multiple from 2 units anymore. Select interval 1 minus 1 year to month. 2 minus what? Okay, what? I'm not sure which rule I want to write next, I guess. Okay. Oof. Yeah, okay. Oh, time zone stuff I don't want to touch. Just generally speaking, it's a mess, and I'm gonna get it wrong. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. 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 The decimal. Okay. go ahead. We're going to grab 3.3.0. Okay. Since Spark 3.3, the histogram numeric function Spark SQL returns an output type of an array of structs xy, where the type. Okay. 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 Support. What? Okay, I think this is a markdown specification typo. Since Spark 3.3, the stir format and format string and printf will no longer support to use "0." To specify the first argument should be referenced by 1 when using argument index to indicate the positioning of arguments in the argument list. Really? Oh god. Why did... That is... Changing from 0 indexed to 1 indexed is not good. No, I don't like this. But okay. That's probably something that makes sense to automate the conversion of. Let's go ahead, take a look at GitHub Apache Spark. We're going to take a look. Let's search for stir format in the commits. Yeah, I think we're missing some things here. Fine. Okay. So, yeah. When false, we'll no longer support using yes. Create with default false. Okay. So, yes, that's the... here we go. This is the one that we want to go take a look at. This is another follow-up. Would like to see... Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so previously, what this did was integer parse int s dot substring 0 s dot length. So that gives it that parses it in base 10. Otherwise, so index cannot be 0 anymore. Okay. I guess index 0 was implicitly treated as index 1. Okay, Java 8.17. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I want to figure out Java 8.17. Oh, can't see shit. Okay. Java. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, arguments are always numbered from 1. But like, what I'm wondering is assuming the commits. So there's this commit. Does it tell me where the PR came from? Yeah, here we go. So would like to read the PR. Huh. Okay. So we don't have to add 1 to everything. So that's great. We just need to rewrite this one for Java 17. Okay. That's a good question. I mean, often I start with seeing if there's a tutorial or something, sort of skimming it, playing around with some of the examples. The SQLFluff tool that I'm using is like new to me. Like I started using it sometime last week maybe, or the week before. And I would say in this case, there's a lot of just like trial and error, poking at things. It's because the documentation is more focused on like users of the tool, I would say, rather than people who are writing new rules for the tool, which makes sense, right? The majority of folks are going to be people who are going to use the tool, and the set of people who are going to like create rules for the tool are probably a lot smaller. So like that's probably why the documentation is focused in such a way. So in that case, I like started with their example, which in the grand tradition of examples didn't run anymore. Didn't run against their new code. It's pretty common. It's part of why what I try and remember to do, which I don't always do, but I try and remember to have the examples in my projects be part of the test. Oh yeah, DNS and curl. So networking stuff is a hobby of mine, I guess we would say. I like run a small little autonomous system number down in Fremont, California. It's all kinds of fun. The DNS side is one of the parts that I don't do, but there's some really great people who run like a really big DNS mirror. Yeah, IP info. So here we go. We can see like my little IP address range. You can see my post office box in Beaverton, Oregon. And you can see like these are the people that I peer with. It's kind of fun. I like them. But like, yeah, I'd say like a lot of time it's just playing around with stuff. Being hella confused is pretty normal. Like that's a lot of my life is being confused. And then sometimes I figure it out. And then I try and write it down so the next person doesn't have to be as confused. And sometimes the next person is just me, like a few weeks later, because I forgot what the hell I was doing. I don't really use IRC anymore. I used to, but no, not anymore. Okay, what is the rule that we're going to write? Oh yeah, okay, this is the I mean, yeah, Reddit and Stack Overflow are good. Sometimes I ask people on Slack, but honestly, I get slower answers on Slack. And then I also like, I'm fortunate enough to know a lot of developers in the areas that I tend to work in. So Twitter is often what I end up using as like a support mechanism where I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's write a tweet. It's not like a great idea, but yeah, it does the trick. Format stir is format stir one index. Okay. So let's go up here. We've got our new Spark 3 format strings are index previously Spark 3.3 previously on JDK8. Previously on JDK8. Strings were still format strings. Strings were still one indexed, but 0 was treated as 1. Oh, hey, Taniwa. Yeah. Okay. Previously, 0. JDK7. Oh yeah, so I would say the ELI5 version of how Spark works is it splits up the work on a bunch of different computers, and it has a few different sort of primitives, and it uses these primitives to figure out how to distribute the data and distribute the work. And yeah, it's like MapReduce in many ways, except it has a few more primitives than MapReduce. And then on top of that, there's a whole bunch of other things that are built, like the SQL engine and stuff like that. Kind of like how Hive is built on top of MapReduce, Spark SQL is built on top of Spark. And there's a bunch of like more intricate differences in terms of sort of how things are handled. Like it does a lot of optimizations, because what it does is it's lazily evaluated as opposed to eagerly evaluated, and it uses this to apply optimizations to the graph. But that's not super important, right? For the ELI5 version, if you know what MapReduce is, you can pretty much think of Spark as fancy, fast MapReduce. Written in Scala by Berkeley grad students. Like testing the logic of Spark itself, there is a whole bunch of tests for that. Not as many as there should be, as is always the case. For testing your Spark jobs, like if you're writing something in Spark and you want to check it to see if it works, I have a project called Spark Testing Base. Which is designed to make it easier to test your Spark code. It's not perfect, but it's a tool. One of the tools that I work on. Okay, and now we will return to our regularly scheduled programming. Spark SQL format stir 1 index. Okay. Okay. Look at the diffs, and I think my guess is that there's going to be a sample query that I can do. No. Oh, text.sql.out. Oh, here we go. So this used to be valid, and we know that we want our fixed string to be this. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is just something that I got used to. Sort of evolved organically for me over a lot of time, which is, I guess, like pretty normal for a lot of developers. Like their Emacs configuration has evolved over time. I remember there was someone in undergrad where I went to university who was using Emacs, and I thought it looked cool. I think we called him Hat Guy because he always wore a hat. I could be getting people mixed up though. And yeah. Okay. Check for invalid formasters. Okay, so this is actually going to be, yeah, like Emacs does a lot. I keep meaning to like try and improve my Python setup in my Emacs because I've mostly focused on Scala in my Emacs so far. But you know, so what we're going to do here is we are interested in the function name format string. Oh, I love tramp mode. It's amazing. Yeah. Tramp mode is the best. It's yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. Okay. Found format string. Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing. I love Magit. I have some difficulty with Magit and tramp mode together. And I don't know if it's been fixed. I don't super know what the deal is, but yeah. Okay. So format stir. I'm not even really sure. Let's just go ahead and run the tests. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Oh, functional context is not defined. Wait, what? Oh, no, okay, I missed that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get the quoted literal format stir. Describe some of the most challenging problems I've worked on. I mean, the one that comes to mind was making Spark run on making Spark be able to handle dynamic allocation on Kubernetes. And that was just because Spark's dynamic allocation had a lot of assumptions around being able to leave files and still have them be served in a way that isn't super easy to do on Kubernetes, or really particularly possible. And so had a bunch of creative different solutions, tried them, and eventually, took a long time, but we got it working. It was pretty fun. So, oh, that yeah, I mean, I think that there is a place. Ostensibly, like, functional programming is like part of the greater declarative programming sort of way, although I'm not super sure that I particularly. I mean, you kind of do specify the control flow. I guess, I don't know. I think that there's a lot to be said for how well we're doing with compiler-like things, and I think that as these tools get better, I think declarative approaches make more sense, because manually specifying the control flow is probably not going to be as optimal as the optimizer is going to be able to do for us. But that's just like my personal thought, Who knows? Okay, so replace $0 $s with $1 $. So what we're gonna do is .raw.strip if format stir. I don't actually remember. If you don't use that sequence, just return. Otherwise, so we are going to replace the I'm going to go ahead and separate this out. Format stir segments. We actually probably don't want to strip it because people might be doing funky things in their format string. format stir segment raw. So let's go ahead and take a look. Quoted literal. Yeah, that's the underlying. Can you get race conditions in Spark? That's an interesting question. And it's complicated. And the answer is like you shouldn't be able to, right? But in practice, you can, because while Spark is largely a functional API, it still interacts with the outside world. And so you can get sort of, there's like race conditions sometimes with read after write on top of something like S3 or stuff like that. And those can be fun to deal with. And of course, there's bugs inside of Spark itself too. And there are places where you can do side effects inside of Spark. So it's not like purely functional, it's just largely functional. So for example, there's like so Spark is lazily evaluated, but there's also, in addition to the lazy evaluation, you can also use some asynchronous concepts. Like there's asynchronous counts and stuff like that. And those were never really super well done. And so there's places where you can have bad things happen with that. Cool. Okay. Brain. So that's my anchor. I'm going to do a fix, replace, format, stir, segment with format stir seg. And this is the new string. I mean, the solution is not to use them or to materialize the shared parent first. So yeah, there are workarounds, but yeah. Okay. Okay, and I'm remembering there's some like better edit syntax that I want to go take a look at. Yeah, okay. So, in this case, format stir, replace. Oh yeah, so you can use Kafka as both a source and a sink in Spark, specifically for Spark streaming. Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, that can all go on one line, I think. It's fine. It doesn't need to be two separate lines. Okay. Oh, my feet are starting to hurt. This has probably been enough. Okay, no format stir. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. Don't know who that is. Probably a package. Okay. Yay, I'm glad you learned a lot. That's really rad. Let's go ahead and bring the camera over. Okay. Format stir is Oh, right, I have this return none. That's why it's not actually running my code. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, okay. So bracketed. Okay, that's probably another package. I'll be right back. Okay, cool. Well, it's 4:30. Am I planning to give any talk anytime soon? Good question. I think the next talk that I'm going to do is going to be at at the KubeCon Data Day, which is on the Monday before KubeCon. Which reminds me, I need to make my slides. Oh yeah, we don't need to delete the bracket segment anymore. So, fuck yeah. Perfect. It works. That's fantastic. We're going to call it a day. I'm going to go start dinner and just take a break because start dinner, take a bath, unwind. You too, AK. You too. Thanks everyone for joining, especially AK and Taniwa. Thanks for chatting. It's always nice to have folks around. Let's see if Booty is still streaming, because if so, maybe we'll go over there. Yeah, that sounds good. So I think what I'll do is for anyone who's interested, we're gonna go and listen to Adriana's stream over on Booty. Adriana's lovely. She's a really solid DJ. Probably, maybe, my guess would be Tuesday, maybe tomorrow. That would be my guess. We will see. I'm not super sure. Yeah, but let's go ahead and we're going to, there's a button to do the thing that I never super remember. Okay, I need to go into Stream Manager, and then Okay, computers. Oh, thanks, Taniwa, for subscribing for so long. Maybe if I go to my channel, that's where I can do the stream from. I don't. Computers were a mistake. But that is okay. Everything is okay. Let's go to Creator Dashboard. And there we go. There's a tool. Raid! There we go. Let's go ahead. We're going to jump over to Booty. Thanks, y'all. See you around. Yeah, should be fun. Boop.